Hi, and welcome to Heather's Happy Stitches. I'm Heather. Today we will be making this. It is a purse. It's got a strap, a zipper, and a lining, which I will show you all how to stitch and crochet. It's got this pretty border on it. So the measurements of this are from top to bottom. It is 12 inches by 11.5 inches. All right, let's get started. All right, so for this tutorial, we're going to need a crochet hook. This one here is a 4.5, scissors, a tapestry needle, a stitch marker, a row counter, a zipper, pins, a piece of lining for your purse. If you don't have a sewing machine, you're going to need thread and a needle. Matching color would be preferably, or as close as you can get. And then a little measuring tape. And of course, your yarn. For this tutorial, I am using Red Heart Super Saver in this color. I don't know how to say it, so I'm not even going to try and butcher it. To get started, we are going to make our slip stitch. And then we are going to chain 46. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I will do the rest off camera. Alright, so we have our 46, and then to begin we're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. That's 1 and 2. So in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And I'm going to do a few stitches in slow motion, and then I will meet you when we get to the end. Alright, so I've done 45 and I have one stitch left to go. But in this stitch, instead of putting one single crochet into it, we're going to put 3 single crochets into it. I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3. And you see how as I did that, the work turned. So now we're going to go back down this way of the starting chain. Alright, so and then we're just going to work over our end so we don't have to sew it in later. Alright, so they're all into that stitch, so we're going to work into this stitch. Making sure to grab hold of your tail end. Okay, so you see here, so we've already worked into this side of the stitch. Now we're going to work into this side of the stitch. See these little bumps or ridges here? That's where we're going to go into. And it's easy to miss one because they're kind of mushed from being used once already. So you just have to be careful not to miss any. Counting is important. So you're going to do 45 down this side too, ending with a total of 92 once you get all the way back around to this side. And then this stitch. And then this one. And so we worked over this end yarn enough so we can just move it out of the way and work into more stitches. Or you can just stitch it all the way in, all the way down until there isn't any more. And I will meet you at the end. And 90. Okay, so we are back at our starting. So in this stitch here, this is our turning chain, and this is our first stitch here. We're going to put 2 into that one. So this makes 91 and 92. Alright, and then we're just going to slip stitch into this first stitch here. Alright, now that is our base. So for round 2, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and this will count as our first double crochet. Now we're going to yarn over, push through both in the V, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now what I like to do is I like to mark the top one of my chain 3, which is the one we're going to slip stitch into, because you don't want to stitch into this one, the one you just made, because it will mess up your count. And this one's easy to overlook because it looks like it's part of the chain up. Okay, so and then we are just going to double crochet all the way around into each stitch, so your ending number will be 92. Yarn over, push through your V, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. yarn over, push through V, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, next stitch, yarn over, pull through V, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, push through V, yarn over, pull through V, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So I'm just going to do a few more of these, and then I will meet you back when we get to a few away from the slip stitch. And 92. If I can get through it. Okay. All right. So this is where the stitch marker comes in handy. And when you're going around, make sure you're keeping count because you don't want to accidentally stitch into these 3. And then 1, 2, 3. Just slip stitch into this. If I can get through it. Oops, I did it all in one go. Alright, so you see how it's kind of taking on a bowl shape here at the edges. And as we go up, this will bowl in too. And now you can see it starting to take shape a little bit. Alright, so now we're going to chain 1. And then we're going to do a single crochet in each chain around. One. Oh wait. Chain 1, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so I am just going to do these up and I will meet you back when it's time to slip stitch. Oh, and don't forget, mark your first stitch. like I almost did right now. Alright, see you at the end. $91 and $92. Now we're just going to slip stitch into this first stitch. Alright, and then we're going to chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'll count as our first double crochet. So this is our pattern. We're going to do a row of single, a row of double, a row of single, a row of double, and on and on and on and on until we get to our row 35. We're going to and then we're going to mark the top of our chain 3. And we're just going to continue. Double crochet. And I will meet you back up at the end of the row. One and 92. I'm going to slip stitch into the top. 1, 2, 3. All right. Sheesh. All right. Chain 1 and then do a round of single crochet. One, 2, 3, and 92. So just slip stitch into the first stitch. And then chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. And then do a round of double crochet. That's 3. Alright, so I need to change skeins. My one ran out, so I need to put on the other one. So I'm going to show you how I do that. So you're going to lay your 2 yarns next to each other, parallel to each other. And you're just going to tie this one. Onto this one. And then over here you're going to do the same thing. And you're going to grasp your ends and pull. And just tighten them up a little bit. And then just, where did my scissors go? Trim off your excess. Making sure to cut the loose ends and not your actual working yarn. There. A nice and secure knot, almost seamless. Just like that. And so this is 14 rows. So I've got a couple dozen more to go, and I'll see you then. Alright, so I just finished working my 34th row, and now before we go on to our 35th and 36th row, we are going to crochet the straps, because we need to do the straps and get those attached before we work our zipper into the 35th row, so that the zipper doesn't interfere with attaching the strap. So I'm just going to lie this aside. Alright, so we're going to make our tail relatively long so that when we go to sew, we don't have to attach another piece of yarn to it. So we're going to leave about that much. We don't necessarily need that much, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Alright, so we're going to crochet chain 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Alright, and then we're going to double crochet into the third one from the hook. 1, 2, 3. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2.
Next stitch. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Oops. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, next stitch. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And next stitch. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, push through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And your last stitch. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7.
Now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to double crochet across. 4, 5, 6, 7, yep. 1, oops, yep.
Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oy vey, man. I'm tired. I am so sorry. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Alright, so that's our pattern. Double, single, double, single, double, single, double, single, just like the purse. So until you get to 30 inches or desired length. So if you want it longer, you can go long, just do a few more rows. You want it shorter, do a few less. But just repeat single, double, single, double, single, double, and you will eventually get to your desired length. So I am just going to keep repeating, and I will, what am I on? And I will meet you up when I'm finished. Oh my goodness. Alright, so I have finished my strap. It is about 50 inches long. I wanted it to go up over my head and sling across my chest, so I made it a little longer. And now we are just going to get our tapestry needle and we're going to sew it in. Alright, so we're just going to open up our bag and we're going to lay it so that it is, the bottom of the row is about three or four rows down.
And we're just going to connect it.
And then you can't tell that this seam is there. And we're just going to do a few, I don't know what these are called, but a few to make it a little more secure around the edge.
And just one more.
See, that's why we wanted to have a long tail.
And just push it through one of the stitches, actually. I guess I should have made the tail longer.
And now make sure it's not twisted. And then just do the same thing on this side. And then I'm just going to tie these two ends together. And then sew them in. Alright, so we're just going to sew these ends in. So now we got that attached. We're going to work on our zipper. So we're going to need our zipper and our fabric. So I already cut this to size. All I did was lie my purse on top of it. And left the fold from the skein on top on the bottom like that. And then I cut about an inch or a half inch on each side, leaving about 2 inches on top so that I can fold it over and when I attach it to the zipper. Alright, so we're just going to have our right sides together. This fabric doesn't really have right sides, so I just put 2 sides together. And then we're going to take our zipper, we're going to put it upside down. And then with your sewing machine, or if you don't have a sewing machine, you can hand stitch across, but we're going to do it backwards. We're going to put the top piece on the far one, and then I'm going to flip it over, and then we're going to fold it over and then put this one on this side, and then we'll sew up the sides here. Again, since I have a machine, I will do that there, and I will be back when that's done. Alright, before I start sewing, I just wanted to show you what I did. I just folded the fabric over and pinned it to the zipper. And I'm going to sew as close to the top edge as I can. And then once I do that, I'll just flip it over, flip this over, and do the same thing on this side. Just fold it over and pin. Just like that. And then I'll just sew up the sides, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Alright, so I just finished sewing it up, and as you can see, I'm not the best seamstress, but it'll still work. I sewed up the sides, and I sewed the fabric to the zipper. So now I'm just going to open it and prepare the zipper to be attached to the purse. All right. Okay, so we're going to use this tapestry needle and yarn. So I'm just going to cut a bunch off of the skein. All this stuff. And then find the other end. There it is. I'm just going to create a knot. Alright, so with the zipper open, just going to punch through. And then we're not gonna go very far, just like that. So we got a stitch there. And we're just gonna go in the back side. Not too far. And then we're going to go back this way, create a line. And I'm using the yarn instead of thread because I feel that the yarn is stronger and holds better, especially if we're going to be crocheting into it. And then back through. Whoops. Alright, so that is all we do. And we're going to go all the way around here, and then all the way back down the other side, just like this. And then we're going to go around this side and then meet back here. And when I'm all done with that, I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so I got it all the way around. All the way around. And now we're going to move this. Take our purse. And we're just going to slide it in. Just like that. Okay, and then we're going to take our crochet hook. Get our yarn. Let's secure our yarn. And then we're just going to crochet like we normally would. We're going to find our working yarn, and then we're going to chain 1, crochet into the next stitch, and then work into the first stitch here, and then we're just going to do a single crochet like we normally would. So next stitch here, and just like that, all the way around. Oops. Alright, so I just got the zipper in, and it should look something similar to this. And now we're going to do our last round. We're going to go into the one we secured our chain to. I'm going to chain 1. Single crochet into the next stitch. chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to skip 3. We're going to slip stitch into the third. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to slip stitch.
And then we're
Going to single crochet into the next one. And then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then slip stitch into the third. 1, 2, 3. And then single crochet and chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to slip into the third. 1, 2, 3. And that's our pattern all the way around. Single crochet, chain 4, and slip stitch into the third. 1, 2, 3. And we're just going to do that all the way around. Alright, so I am just finishing up my last, and if you kept your count of 92, you should crochet your last slip stitch into this slip here, the one right before you're starting, so that one there. We're just going to slip stitch into this one, and then we're going to make like we're going to chain 1, if I could find my scissors. And then just sew in your ends real quick. And there you have it. Your purse with your frill is all done. Just unzip it and a pretty lined purse. I'll try and get some pictures of it, the length and everything. So if you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you and have a great day.